Hello YouTube, back once again with my film reviews, and tonight I saw the new Disney Animated Film Studios movie, Zootopia. Plot of this movie, it is about a rabbit named Judy Hobbs who, ever since she was a young little bunny, has dream of growing up to be a police officer, even though that has never been done by a bunny before, and but she gets onto the force, moves to the sea of Zootopia, and at first she isn't very much appreciated there, but then she starts on what starts off as she takes what first starts off essentially as a missing persons report, and but then as she starts to go deeper and deeper into the case, there seems to unravel more and more of a conspiracy, and she ends up teaming up with a fox named Nick Wilde, voiced by Jason Bateman, and the two of them team up and try to get to the bottom of this case. So yeah, that's the movie. What's the good and bad of this movie? Well, the good, first the main two, Jennifer Goodwin and Jason Bateman as the main two. They were great in this movie. Their voice acting was great. These characters were incredibly likable. Even Jason Bateman's character, even in the beginning, even though his character is kind of a dick in the beginning, he was still incredibly likable, and they share great chemistry with one another. You really bond to the friendship they end up having with one another, and I applaud this movie for never hitching the two. They never get together and fall in love or anything like that. No, they make it very clear that this is just nothing more but a very strong friendship between these two, and I'm really glad this movie never just kept it as that, because I really like that. Also, there was some great supporting work from Idris Elba, J.K. Simmons, Jenny Slate, Octavia Spencer, and Nate Torrance. Also, voice acting in this film, all of it was great. I can't think of anyone who I did not like the voice of the character as the voice of a character. But so voice acting was great. The animation in this film was just gorgeous from beginning to end. This is one of the most fully realized worlds I have ever seen in a film. Because the same Zootopia, it seems to be mostly inspired by the idea of New York, this big melting pot of different races. Well, in this case, different species of animals, and one of our clever aspects of it is that, how in off a rift of how New York has different districts. Every district in this city is its own different climate. There's a desert climate. There is an ice frozen tundra. There's an Amazonian jungle. And I love the fact that they do go to all these places. It's not I remember when I saw Wreck-It Ralph, I was somewhat disappointed they only ever ended up going to 3 separate worlds. Now in this movie they go to a lot of different areas in the city, and I was really happy about that. And just near the opening of the opening segments when she first gets to Zootopia and the train just goes through all the different districts, I thought that was really great, really creative. The animation on the characters was great. I love the fact that you could tell how the characters were feeling, the adjustments to their body, depending on their emotions, how animals are. I always love when the rabbit, just anytime she got sad, her ears would start going down. Anytime she got nervous, her nose would start going up, twitching really fast. I thought that was really good. Then I also love the fact that all the animals were to scale with one another. How this wasn't all the animals were around the same size. No, each animal is in scale to the other one. So yeah, animation in this film was just fantastic from beginning to end. The comedy in this movie was also great. This had some of those fantastically bad puns, animal puns you can imagine. So if you, like me, walked in this movie saying there better be some really enjoyably bad animal puns in this movie, you get those. There are some really fantastically bad puns in this film. But not just that, though. There's also a lot of really creative and great humor in this film. There's so many great lines. There's a scene where what an animal is talking about what animal he wants to be when he grows up. If your heart did not just melt during that scene, you just have no soul, in my opinion, because oh god, that was just was so hysterically adorable. So yeah, comedy was great, and finally let's talk about the thing that's getting this film the most attention, the message of this movie, the message of stereotypes and prejudices. Okay, I know on one hand there are a lot of people saying that this message has been done to death, and this movie is just really overplays it. Honestly, I would argue that, in this current political climate we're in right now, this message is more important than ever. I think a lot of people want to think we're further down the road of getting rid of like prejudices and racism and whatnot, whatever I want to say it like. But guys, Trump's in the lead at the moment. It's sad to say, but he is. Like, he has to have these supporters, and these supporters must follow what he says. So, yeah, this is still a really huge issue right now, and God, like, and there's some. It is really great. They do a great job at drawing parallels, like the whole idea that okay, a lot of the jobs like the police force, it's all made out of like really big tall animals, and this is like the first like rabid cop. Okay, guess what the commentary is on that, like the stereotypes from that to that I also gotta say, this movie does not shy away from the nitty gritty of like the current political climate of like this kind of issue. Like, there is literally a parallel in this movie. Like, it's not like it's like subtle, like you could argue that that's like they're kind of alluding to that. No, they like really push that this is what they're like saying what this is when they really draw. I was shocked by this, and I applaud this movie for going there. Like, they draw a parallel between Muslims, Muslim slash immigrants, and the people who try to just make them all look like terrorists, or just think that all these people are terrorists. Like, I was just staring in shock at the screen when they went there, but it's amazing they went there. Like, this is something kids need to hear, that like there are these raging assholes and retards who no, sorry, that's not you shouldn't say that. Fine, they're just freaking idiots who just like think that just because someone's a Muslim or an immigrant, they gotta be a member of ISIS and want to bring down our nation, and that's not it. Usually it's just that these people just trying to say it is, and I think it's really important for kids to hear that message nowadays. Even a lot of adults, honestly. Like I said, I think this movie needs to be played to all the Trump supporters, just saying like, okay, guys, do we need to explain how racial stereotypes work with the bunny and the fox here? Because, God, so I applaud this movie. This is totally one of the best messages I have ever seen in a kids movie, like ever. Yeah, so, well done to this film, but I would not say this is a perfect movie, though. I have a few small complaints with it. One, Jason Bateman, even though he did do some really good voice work, I thought his voice could get a bit distracting from time to time. Like, this is always the, risk you run when you use, celebrities to voice act your characters. Like, God, whatever happened to the age when they just, like, had, like, they just had like actors who were just voice actors, voice characters for movie animated films. Whatever happened those days. But anyway, it's like yeah. So Jason Bateman, he has a very distinctive voice. Like, and like there's just a few scenes like it does just kind of all I could hear was just Jason Bateman in a recording studio recording his lines. It's not that bad. Like it's not that bad. Like it's like on the levels of like Lewis Black or Bill Hader in Inside Out, like how like it gets somewhat distracting with them from time to time, but it's nothing too bad. The pacing in the last third felt a bit awkward. In between where they thought they solved the case to the end, it just has this really weird rush, kind of disjointed feel, and I was just kind of like, this just doesn't feel as smooth as the first 2/3 were, and then in the climax, I thought was slightly disappointing. I thought it could have been more climactic. Like, it starts off with like this train chase, but only goes on for like 2 minutes, and then like it goes into like this like kind of like shootout kind of thing, and that only goes for like another minute. I'm like, God, this could have been really big and really intense and really exciting, but yeah, but those are my only complaints. Besides that, I thought this movie was fantastic. Definitely better than Pixar's The Good Dinosaur. Jesus Christ, this is way better than that. I would even say I like this more than Inside Out. This message is a message I feel all kids should listen to. Every kid, I feel, should watch this movie just for the message itself, but not just that. Comedy was great, animation was great, characters was great, and that's why I am giving Zootopia a very solid 4.5 out of 5. I love this movie. It's a fantastic movie. Go see it. It's worth a watch. Great, God, these guys, the Disney animated film series, they really have become my new Pixar after Pixar has essentially fallen. I have no hopes for Finding Dory, but yeah, no, because these guys, Jesus, like, what movie are they on this point? Let's see, there was Tangled, Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen, Big Hero 6. This is their 5th movie that I was just like, I love this. I legitimately love this movie from beginning to end. God, are they on a hot streak. So, yeah, God, these guys are just amazing. So excited to see what they do next now. Yeah, so that's all I gotta say. Go see Zootopia. YouTube, as always, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.